Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We just started our November masterclasses, and we'll have the pleasure of having Mr. Yinka Ogunjobi from Selective Interiors, who is a gladiator from the academy, come to share his experience with delegates. Tell us a bit about yourself, Yinka.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the extension of the invite. This is actually not the first time. I'm part of almost a family here, and it's always a wonderful time for me to come. I am the managing director of Selective Interiors and Accessories Limited. We sell furniture. We make your home space lovely and beautiful. We transform spaces. We equip hotels. We build offices. And then we provide accessories to make our spaces lovely. That's exactly what we do, and that's what we pride ourselves in doing.
And when you came, you said, wow, you've forgotten that all this furniture was done by Selective Interiors.
It appears as if these are from outside of this world, and I never knew these are even some of our products.
Great.
It's great.
Yinka, thank you for coming. You've been here before. You were actually one of the first set of cohorts
exactly
at the Ausso Leadership Academy. So
exactly.
you have a special place in our hearts. And tell us what has happened since you graduated in April or May?
In April.
In April.
Yes.
You became a gladiator in April.
Yes.
What has happened?
For me, what had transformed me and the business completely, it's more about corporate governance. We've been able to bring ourselves out of nothingness to something in corporate governance. We've established our board of directors now, which is what that process of doing that is one of the things that I learned here. And also we've ensured that our AFS of 2011 to 2017 are audited and they are filed. And right now we have a pleasure of boasting that we are in good standard, we are in good record with all the federal and state tax authorities. And for me, that's exceptional. It's something that had been bothering my mind for a while. And outside of here, one of the things that I've learned is to ensure that that is done. And now we can say it's done.
Yinka, you've been to many international schools. Actually, you've even done the MBA at LBS.
Yes.
The G training program in America.
Yes.
What made you decide to come as a delegate to Ausso Leadership Academy?
One of the, like I mentioned earlier, one of the things that I shared in the class is the experiential training. You have the opportunity of meeting directly with champions who are open and are willing to share their own success stories. And for me, it's something that resonates clearly with me, because I wanted to learn more about how, when they made it, where they felt they failed, and how they eventually came out of those failures. Those are things that I gained here that is different from the case study type of studies that we had in LBS, for example, and a classroom training of about 70-something people where you're only sharing a case for 75 people. And that is completely aside, is completely a different story here, where the training and the lecture is specific, is person specific. You are looking at your own business, you are looking at your own entrepreneurial drive, and looking at how you can build your own success story.
And so you also mentioned that you've gone as far as thinking of opening a Port Harcourt and Abuja branch.
Yes, exactly.
And it seems as if you were talking about some of the things we do here, the mission and the vision. How did it all tie together?
One of the things that was easy for me to do was because the company had been running before we came here, and the vision is something that had been in our mind but not written. Now we got that clearly done when I came in here. Our mission was set clearly, was documented, was also shared with the staff and the entirety of Selective Interiors and Accessories. So my coming here typified that and solidified our mission and our vision for the future. And that is what we've been running with.
And so with that, you've got into, I saw a very beautiful branch of yours in front of...
Yes, yes. The truth is we've acquired the property about 4 years ago, but because of my coming here, the drive to complete the place and make it our eventual head office was very clear. Upon my graduation from that session, from that season of Gladiators, I went onto that site, and right now we are going to be commissioning our head office opposite of LBS by December.
And you keep saying your experience here, it must have impacted your experience at the Ausso Leadership Academy. What would you say is the one big thing you left with?
My one big thing that I left with here is ensuring that you have a board of director for your company, and not believing that you are the all-in-all. The truth is, the company that I run now had been in existence for quite some time, almost 2 decades, and we've actually run the business without a board. But my coming here, with the lecture that Fabian Ajogu delivered to us, SN, it was very clear to me that without a board is almost meaningless for you to have a business, because you don't exactly have someone you are reporting to, someone you are responsible to, when you don't have a board. But with us now, we have a board in place, brilliant people, brilliant advisors, people that are watching us with close eyes and ensuring that we do the right things at all times. So the story of the past, where there was no board and that we were doing all as we liked, is different, because we know now that we are responsible to a board that we report to.
Fantastic. And finally, what would be your advice to business leaders and entrepreneurs out there regarding the Ausso Leadership Academy? You think that it will help them in building an outstanding business?
If you are a budding entrepreneur, if you have an established business that is already running, if you haven't come to Ausso Leadership, then you're missing it. If you feel you have a degree in MBA, in whatever school, and you haven't come to Ausso Leadership, you haven't actually gotten that experience. It's important. It's almost, for me, I would recommend it to anyone who is able to run a business or who wants to run a business in the future, to ensure that they come to Ausso Leadership, because in terms of pricing, in terms of compared to the quality of service that is delivered here, it's almost a mismatch, because what you get is much more than the value of the money that is paid. You gain on corporate governance, you gain on development of your mission and vision setting. You also gain a lot of experience by listening to the champions that you don't even pay. I don't think that is factored into what we are paying for, because these champions are coming to share live experiences that can even impact those businesses that whoever is running.
And you are set to be a champion sooner than later. On that note, thank you very much, Yinka. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it. And I'll always be here if I'm invited.
You will always be.
Thank you.